Steve Kekana. Kekana's family said he passed away this morning at a Polokwane hospital, and we know now it is linked to diabetes. He was 63. Those who knew and celebrated his craft have continued to heap him with praise. We've brought you some of those tributes, and we're now joined by the Minister of Arts and Culture, Minister Nathi Mthethwa. Minister, thank you for being with us tonight. So the Take Your Love musician died early this morning, according to his manager and many who we've spoken to. A huge loss, Minister.
Indeed, Francis, a huge loss for somebody who kept the country and the nation very happy under difficult circumstances and conditions of apartheid. During difficult times, but Steve was a complete and balanced human being. He would say from time to time how important it is to continuously develop ourselves as people. I would particularly miss his contribution. Especially around this time of COVID-19, that when we came up with the idea of a relief funding for creatives and athletes, is one of the people I interacted with, and I asked him to be part and parcel of the process of adjudicating this relief, because I knew that with him there, he would wholeheartedly represent the aspirations and interest of artists. But I will also, because of his legal acumen, remember the fact that just about 2 months ago, I also appointed him as a member of the National Arts Council. You would know that NAC has been in the news for all the wrong reasons. And one of the areas there have to do with legalities. So we sought his help and participation, which he gladly accepted. I will definitely miss his presence.
Minister, I think what you're referring to there is the payments that were not handed out, or then there were going to be bigger payments. Then the council realised there weren't enough funds, so everybody had to receive a lesser payment. So many artists left out of any compensation at all. Did you get a sense that he was concerned about that, caring about fellow artists?
Well, we'll talk about it. Actually, Francis, even at the level of adjudication prior to the NAC saga last year on the relief funding, we discussed this, and he would express how he felt about the bottlenecks, which I asked him to come and help to ensure that things move faster. And with this one in particular of NAC, when we discussed it, which is a problem for our country, because artists were supposed to have benefited wholly in that presidential employment stimulus package. And quite clearly, with the forensic processes which are happening there, we definitely, I felt that we needed a strong legal person in the form of Steve, especially because his heart, he was a creative through and through, a very talented thespian, but also a human being who wanted to see a better life for fellow artists.
Minister, we're playing some of his music and just looking back at him receiving one of the many awards that he did. So we've lost so much creative talent through COVID-19 and other illnesses over the last few months. And let me ask you what I often ask. What do you think young musicians, young creatives can take away from his incredibly prolific career?
Well, I think really is what he would like talking about, that as a human being, you must develop yourself wholly and not be focused on one area of work. That is why we're talking about him now as a doctor. In fact, he was Dr. Steve Kekana. And that I took, and I think that if young people take leave from his life and his perspective and how he looked at things in a very balanced way all the time, very passionate about who he was as an artist and wanting to see the better of the artist, including engaging government about the processes, legislation, which are meant to make the lives of artists better. So I think young people can take that from his life.
All right, thank you very much for your tribute and looking at what young people can learn. Minister of Arts and Culture, Nathi Mthethwa, remembering Steve Kekana.